Hey, Kirsten. Okay, now I have someone holding the camera. I can actually have two hands. So I'm going to show you what I was talking about when I said backing up with Ani. Okay. Now I'm using Trace, and I know don't build a story around the fact that he's trained, because it doesn't matter, because you're going to do whatever it takes, right, to get the backup. So if you have this is how you're going to hold the halter and the lead rope in your hand. So this is how it goes over their nose, right? So you come here, and Trace is trying to help Elva. And so you got the knot in your hand here like this, and then you have the tail of the rope in your hand like this. So everything in your left hand like this. The rope, see this I was talking about, right? With the snap, you're gonna bring this over, and you're gonna have this over your elbow, like you're holding a bouquet of flowers. So it's gonna hold like this. So everything's gonna be in your left hand, or you look like the queen, right? With her, whatever. And so I'm gonna come around. If she's walking away, just match and follow what she's doing, right? Just walk with her. Just match her. Like if he starts to walk away, I would just kind of match her. You're in a small space, so it doesn't matter. So where you're gonna come over here, and you're a New Yorker, you know what the Statue of Liberty is. So you're gonna raise your right hand up, and if they see how he's turning his head away, if she does, that's okay, and just pat her, right, until she can come back. You're gonna bring your hand here, the tail in your left hand, like this, right? So here, hand up. That's okay, petting. Oh, you think I want to itch, that's okay. Come here and just do it, don't be like, oh, like that, like books. Remember, or Hooks, or whatever it was off a police academy. Excuse me, Mr. Bank Robber, would you please stop robbing the bank? No, just go here, halter. Here, because by the end of the movie, she was like, stick 'em up. Now let's see, yeah, good boy. Your hand here, hold the halter here. See how the lead rope attached doesn't cause any issue? Keep it attached, right? Bring it up on his nose. See how you have connection? You can always kind of play with this, right? And then tie your knot. The knot here. Get yourself a nice long tail. Through towards you. Use your thumb under here. Tail of the rope to the tail of the horse. Tie the knot on this loop. Make a P like this. And then thread your P. Being careful that you don't put your fingers through the loop like I just did. Don't do that. So come here like this. Here. Like that. The tail of the rope should stick up. If it is pointing down, it's because you did this number. And a lot of people do this, right? Now this knot, if he pulls back, can tighten down on itself because it's a one bite knot. But if you don't want a tail down, you want a tail up. It's prettier. Here, here, and here, right? Now you're good. Now watch what happens here. I've got it in my hand, got it on my arm. Got it in my hand, got it in my arm, right? So you have this sort of ease of, right? And so when she's eating grass or whatever she's doing, you can come here, hand on the rope like I showed you yesterday, here, fingers down, thumb towards you, like I'm the man, pinky towards the horse, like you're the bomb. Then 1, 2, 3, tromboning, right? And then when you go, this is how you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then check your manicure. Oh yeah, I need one, right? So you get yourself in a space where you have lots of drip. So she starts to walk away, then this rope can slide easily out of your hand, and you can be pretty far from her to interrupt like a potentially negative pattern. If she's like, oh, can't do this, or if she starts to leave, watch. See how you can come here and trombone that rope, throw it out behind you. Don't worry, it's gonna get dirty, right? Come here, see how little it took to influence his movement, right? So those are the kinds of games you can play with just using that rope. Here, see what it takes to get him to move his head, right? Very, very little. Now I can straighten this on his nose. You want the halter to be no more than 2, maybe 3 fingers from his little cheekbone here, because if he gets down here, it actually could break his nose. Don't worry about that. You're not going to do that. You're going to keep it about 2 fingers away. See what I did there? If it's loose and hanging down, All I have to do is lift it up on his nose, kind of massage it on his face. I don't have to untie the knot, and I can snug it up and make sure it's nice and pretty. Right? There you go. About 2 fingers away, maybe 3. On Ani, probably 2. So there's that. And you can come in here and just play with, right? See how little it takes. When you are light and polite, they are light and polite. And I want my horses, when I ask them to turn, I want them to turn when I think about them turning. Because by the time I've thought about it and I've gotten the reins and all these other things, they're like, and if I have to pull on the rein, then I need to go back, right? So you're gonna start off, there, nice, good boy. See that lick and chew? Right, good boy. So now see how his butt's this way? I'm not going to go, oh, okay, let's go forward. Because then I will just teach the horse to be heavy on the forehand and to lose his power steering and to lose his brakes, right? I don't care how fast your car can go. If you don't have power steering and brakes, you got a problem, right? I always want power steering and brakes, and I don't want any arguments from the peanut gallery about which way to turn. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. You go to back, hi sweetheart. You're going to back her up. Here, this is why, again, the snap is super important because it gives you a lot of feel before it actually puts too much pressure on the horse. Now see, I'm putting a lot of pressure on his face right now. And like Maverick, you're like, well, what about Maverick? Well, he can move. See how I can just turn? Have you ever gone to the grocery store? Yeah, of course you have. Have you ever pushed a shopping cart? It's the same thing. If you want to push it to the left, you come to the right. If you want to push it to the right, you come to the left. So backing a horse is just like driving a boat or pushing a shopping cart. So if I want to push his butt that way, I'm going to get my little shopping cart out. I can pretend like I got my little shopping cart here, and I'm going to push my shopping cart to the right. Right? Make sense? Right? So this is your exercise with Ani. And see how he's starting to drop his head? Now, remember the phases of communication, right? You're gonna start light. I want to be able, because he can feel these flies. See how he's twitching? Like he's twerking like Miley Cyrus over here. So you want to be able to know that they can move their body because of a fly. You know this. So start there. Start with the thought in your brain. I'd like him to back up. So put that, remember, express your desire, set your intention, do your best to detach from the outcome. So my expressing my desire, I'd like him to back up, setting my intention, getting organized, organizing my rope. See, I have it over my hand here. The rope is hanging at 6 o'clock. You have a fly? What's going on here, sir? All right, good. Wait for him, get permissions. My baby, good boy. And then come here. And then if she pulls her head away, don't go, oh, sorry. Say, no, I am the leader. Do what I say, but don't be afraid. Say, don't be afraid, but do what I say. Here we go. I'm gonna back up. If he pulls his head away, I'm gonna be a ninja and I'm gonna go with him. So I'm gonna be here. Let's see, how little. Is it like pushing that little toy sailboat across the pond, right? So there we go. And I'm gonna get there. He dropped his head. Did you see him? And he may have been because he went down in the dirt. I don't know, nor do I care. I'm rewarding the behavior because his association is going to be with the behavior. So I'll wait, because he's like, his anticipation right now. He's turning his head away. He's like, what are we doing here? This is a little different. We haven't done this. We haven't played hi-ho cheerio since I was in 3rd grade or kindergarten. Kindergarten. We don't play hi-ho cheerio in 3rd grade. And he's kind of falling asleep, but see how he's turning his head away? Now I have the rope. Watch what I can do. Right? All I had to do is lift that rope and bring him back, because that's how sensitive they can become, even if they're traces. And this is, I just used trace because he was out, but I know that people a lot of times think, oh, well, he's easygoing and kind of like lo-de-do, so therefore he's not sensitive, but he is absolutely. Bella and him are probably, all my horses are sensitive. I don't know what I'm saying. So how little does it take? See how little it takes. And then and if she goes all over like that, be a ninja. Move with her. Don't let go of this. Don't stop and say, oh, sorry. Like, no, we're backing. There. Now look how much more effort. Look. Good boy. Now, did you see how much more effort he put into those few steps? And I'll reward that because he's trying harder, because I acknowledged what he did over there. Now, if she starts going all over the place, you're probably going to end up next to a fence, which is where we're headed eventually, because if we keep backing, eventually his butt will end up on a fence somewhere, because there's fences everywhere. So I'll just wait, because now he's thinking. Look at his brain. His ears are back. His eyes may seem like they're closed, but look how he's standing. Like his feet are kind of like, he's turning his head away. He's like, this is weird. What's mom up to? Like he's asking himself these questions inside his brain. And this is Trace. I've had him for a gajillion years, and you know, we're past life brother, sister, lovers, mother, daughter, whatever. We've known each other for a long, long time. So I'm gonna wait, because he's holding there. Even Trace needs to go through and process these things. So all of this, I have along this 7 minutes of video so far to go from Maverick stall to here, a good 30 feet. So take your time. Take your time. You're doing all the right things. So now he's standing square. He's licked and chewed and processed. He's still kind of like, I don't know. So I'm gonna give him another half a second. What I might do is the exercise. I even thought about it, right? All I had to do was think about it. Going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Check my manicure. Now he's sleeping. There, but I'm gonna stay with it until I get the result. Good boy, right? And then you can come up here and do the same thing. If you're standing there, she's eating grass. 1, 2, 3. All the way down to, see how the snap is just slightly lifted? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all you gotta do, right? And there's no pressure. If you need to squeeze and hold a little bit, please do. But remember, you have this feel, because if she gets worried and starts doing that, you need to be able to stay with it and be elastic. There's another lick and chew, which is actually what I was waiting for. Does this make sense? I hope this is helpful. So now he's gonna probably now he's starting to ask questions. He's like, what are we out here doing? And I'll know that he's getting curious about what we're up to when he starts going through his little tricks, like starts doing downward dog or nickering or whatever, even though he's not super engaged at the moment. So, all right, here we go again. Come here, I can even pet him on his face. Make sure you can do this. Like, see how he's like, what, you're touching my face? I'm like, I know I'm touching your face. I'm your mom. Come here, I'm gonna wipe that spaghetti sauce off your face. I'll lick my napkin and wipe your face, because that's what we get to do. And if he does like what he's doing here, I'll be like, yeah. And I'll even get, you know, you should be able to do this with Ani. Now, you may not be able to do that right now, but you can definitely do this. You know, you can definitely connect with her there, and there's another lick and chew. There, now I have his attention. He checked in. Now, he's more advanced, so he should already be going faster. So I'm asking for a little more energy. There we go. That's it. That's it. There we go. There we go. There we go. Good boy. Right? So we got more effort. We got more energy. We got more out of him because we're getting to his brain and releasing when he does like the best one. Release on the best one. When he went, oh, I kind of exhaled out. I was like, that's it. He's trying harder. So I'm going to look for opportunities to reward his effort. They say reward the slightest try. Reward the effort. Reward the best. Now he's like, okay, now what do you want to do? Where are you going? Right? I can come here. So she's eating grass. Do the same thing. Come back here. And let's see if we can go a little faster. I'm going to bring my energy up. Faster, faster, faster. Now this is not what you should do with Ani, but I'm just, for him, this is what he needs at the moment. Now I got a little bit more pressure on here because he's like trying to figure out how to move his feet backwards. There's stuff behind him. There's that brake thing that he could step on. There's a hose. But I'm gonna wait until he gets confident and starts moving backwards like a little faster. Even though this ground is not even or flat. Boom, boom, boom. Come on, you can do it. Come on. There we go, come on, come on. Come on, slow, but she will go. He's not putting the effort in, so I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna hold. Because I wait for him to get confident about what he's doing because he's not really engaged at the moment. And I'm just gonna stay right here. I'm not gonna put more pressure on, but I'm gonna stay until he does it, until we get to the other side of it. There, right? He's like, nah, I don't want it. And I'm like, that's okay. And I'm putting a lot of pressure on because he's like, I don't like this. But that's okay. Well, wait, I'm here with you. I don't like it either. Wet grass on a stick. I don't like that. We're gonna wait. I've never seen it take more than 2 days. And now he's getting resistant, right? I'm gonna say, I'm not giving up. I'm not gonna put more pressure on. I'm gonna stay right here. And I'm gonna wait until he decides that Jen is not giving up. There we go, good boy. Now if he leans forward again, nope. Thank you. There. And now look at his face. He's like, see, Kirsten, just to have her back on. Good boy. I love you so much. Good boy. But even in the beginning, you can do these little releases and just get, now he's like, well, let's see what we got. Come on, you got it. Now he's got to figure out where to go. There's all kinds of shit everywhere. He can, but it's up to him. And he's over here going, If you can figure it out, I'll wait for you. But I'm not giving up because I'm getting the result as he works through this. And this is where a little bit of tenacity comes in. And this isn't something I've done with Trayson forever. So I'm gonna stay with him until I get him more confident. We're gonna go through the barn apparently. Yeah, I know, I don't care. And I just wait. And then if you guys hear, this is where if you do have, you know, a little, I'm not giving up. This is where the prey animal goes, if I out frustrate you, you'll give up. And that's how I protect myself. That's how we have survival of the species. So I'm putting a lot of pressure on his nose right now, which is not what I want. I want him to be able to do this with lightness. But I want him to be able to do it when I say for as long as I say, until I get the desired result. Keep going. There. Good. That's it. That's it. That's it. There we go. Come on. You got this. We're going to get 4 good steps, bud. It's not like he doesn't know how to back up. There. Keep going. I'm not giving up and releasing when he's pushing against the halter. That's not going to happen. Do you like moving furniture? Neither do I. There. There. Look at his face. He's like, I don't like this. If the message has to get down to his feet. There. A little bit more. Come on. I want the exuberance he had a minute ago. That's it. Boom. Look how fast I released. How far did we back up? On a horse that already knows how to back up, right? So with Ani, with a new horse too, one little step. One little step, one thing at a time, till you can get to here. Because there's 3 things you can work on when you're working on something with a horse. The quality, the speed, and the distance. Pick one. Right now, I'm working on the quality by getting distance. It's taken me some time because what I want is 4 steps with some exuberance, with very, very little on his face. And I don't have a round pen, but if you're in a round pen, watch. I do the same thing, even advanced. I do the exact same thing. I want you to get these really good foundational habits, just like Michael Jordan. I want you to learn how to dribble. I want you to learn how to do a layup. I want you to learn how to pass, one-handed, two-handed. I want you to learn all of these basic, really fundamental skills. So when you get here and he goes, I just want 4 steps, really good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Then we go, yay! And we release. You see how fast? Like, celebrate as fast as you can. Be careful doing that around Nani in the beginning, but you should be, yay! Yay! And he's like, okay, that was good. Right? Does this make sense? I hope this is helpful. I know it was long, but he needed a little tune-up, didn't he? He needed a little zone 1 in the front of on his nose, little tune-up. All right? I hope that's helpful. You see the techniques. I don't do anything. Look at what I do. I don't come here and grab. I come down here, pick up the rope, keep it at 6 o'clock, and now I have the rope. Or I would come here and pick it up. I don't like reaching into the wet grass though. So I would come, the idea is that when you pick up the rope, you're not putting energy on their face, which is why these snaps are so important. If you have a little light rope attached to it, you can't help it. There's energy going there and it means nothing and it just creates dullness in the horse's face. And this is where a lot of the time we are having communication through a halter, through a bit, through a bridle, whatever. Most of the communication comes with whatever's attached to their face. So let's make sure that when we have a communication, it means something and it's clear. Right, bud? Good boy. All right, cool. Good boy, Trace. And then we'll talk more on the next step. All right? I hope that's helpful. I love you. Have an amazing day. Believe in yourself. You've got this.